Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm fine. Thank you very much for coming.
Sir, my name is Muhammad Shah Babar and I am from Nashira. I am currently studying business administration from Commerce University of Rabat campus.
That's nice to know about.
Can you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Fazal Badshah, and currently I am working in Fontec cell phone accessories, Peshawar.
Okay.
Before this, I had also been working in the same industry, that is also an accessory company. Prior to that, so in overall, if you consider, I have worked in practical field around 15 years or more than this,
Okay.
working on finance as finance manager, as chief auditor, as well as worked in operations. So these are my key areas. Working as finance manager, worked as chief internal auditor.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So I have been given an assignment by professor to interview a working manager.
Sure. It's a pleasure to have you people, young generation, young people among us. So I'll be pleased. You may please go ahead with your questions.
Okay, sir. First, we will talk about goal setting and planning. How do you set goals for your team and how do you ensure they align with the overall organizational objectives?
Yeah. As you know, and you have studied in your textbooks, in your academy, that organizations have goals, and those goals are then achieved through staff and teams and departments. So once we have our overall goal through forecasts and through market study or surveys, after that, that overall goal is divided into departments, and then their roles are defined, that what will be done and who will do it. After that, time frame is set for it. Are you getting my point? That once you set overall goal, then that goal is split into parts. That each department is given their part, their goals, their targets in writing in written form, and for each head of department, the goals are defined, and then that head of department divide it into the subordinate or lower staff. So when that is delegated, and it is ensured that they understand their goals and targets and what is expected of them. After that, time frame is set for it. Time frame is basically set at the time of planning, but how in order to monitor it, in order to know how we are performing, then after a month, after a week, after 2 years, after 1 year, we measure the results, what we have targeted and what we have achieved, because we have the goals, we have targets, and then we want to calculate, we want to compare the targets with actual achievements. So by that we get the variances, and then we sort out. So the shorter the periods are, the more effective that will be, because through that we can know easily the problems and then take corrective actions for that. And so this is set the goals, divide the goals, and then delegate it, and after delegation, periodical review and identify the variances, and then sort out the reasons for the variances in order to take corrective actions and measures.
What planning tools or methodologies do you find most effective in your role?
Yeah, for an organization which is in the first year of its business, that will be difficult to set the goals. In the upcoming years, it's very easy to set the goals. One can be your prior year performance, what you have done in the prior years, and what you want to achieve in the upcoming periods. So we can say that there are so many techniques and methods. It can be achieved through for setting goals, you can go for market surveys to take data from different sources to study the industry and indices. So there can be so many methods, but for an organization which already has a history, you can go for prior year data, and after that you set a forecast for that, and also you can involve your staff in obtaining their inputs, so you can use their inputs as well in planning for the upcoming years.
Okay, so now we will talk about leadership style. How would you describe your leadership style?
See, Sharon, there are different types of leadership, and it varies from person to person, and from depends on the nature of a person and also the pressures on him. So a person cannot be fully 100% one type of manager. There are three types, and then there are subcategories: autocratic, democratic, delegative style, and a manager should be a bundle or package of all of the three. So it depends on he will see the situation and apply that particular technique in order to get his work done. So if I talk about myself, so my style is basically a blend of these three types. Somewhere I'll be tough on the subordinates. Sometimes I'll be friendly. Sometimes I'll be like a teacher for them in order to tell them what to do and how to do it. And if they have problems, so I'll try to give them more time. So it's a mix of all of these, but basically it's a democratic style. For me, it's a friendly style of management.
Okay.
I take care of employees, subordinates, and then try to sort out their problems.
Can you provide an example of your leadership style?
Yeah, sure, but as you can see, there can be so many examples, but that will not be allowed by the company to state a particular story of someone. But I'll give you a general example of a solution. Look, if I'll say that there was a person who was, if an employee think you need a person on somewhere senior position, and you don't have right away, you don't have any other substitute for him, so you can promote and motivate someone to get that work done to that person who is working on a lower position. So because of my what I would say, my style of supportive type,
Okay.
so I think that is more good if I ask someone to work on a senior level or on a position where he has not worked. So he will be willing to work with me on that position because he knows that I'll be supporting him, I'll be guiding him, and I'll do take care of his mistakes, or I'll keep watching him if he makes a mistake. So I'll not pressurize him, rather I'll support him.
Okay. Now we will move on to the next topic, communication strategies. What communication strategies do you use to ensure effective communication within your team?
Yeah. See, if we want to communicate something to our staff, so in order to get better results, it is of prime importance to know some key things in this scenario. One is that what you want to communicate to them, what you want them to know. Second is what they want to know. Third one is what they already know. And what is their level of understanding and power. And after that, you have to see what medium you will use. So if you want me to, I hope that will be enough to know what you want to tell them, what they already know, what they want to know, and what will be the medium, and how effective that medium is. If a person, he cannot read something or he cannot understand English, and you talk to them, you tell them something in English, so that is not an effective communication. If a person is not listening, can't listen, and you are telling him something verbally, that is also not effective. You have to write it for some to give it to them in written form. So that depends on these factors, and after considering all these factors, you can effectively communicate.
Okay. How do you handle communication challenges or conflict within the team?
Yeah, Shayan, if you see, so this question is already answered in my previous part of your question. So if that is understood properly, the key elements, so you can handle this as well.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about next process. Can you tell me typical decision making process and how do you involve your team?
Yeah, it's we can say it's a common sense procedure. We usually do it in our daily life. So if we make a decision, so that is our goal. We want to achieve this. Then we have to identify alternatives for it. How we can achieve that goal. Then after that, we gather further information about each solution. That alternative is a solution for that in order to achieve that goal. So then we collect information. Then that information is evaluated, and after evaluation, we take a decision. And on that decision, on that course of action, we take action, and after some time, we review our decision. So this is a typical process of taking decisions. Then, in order to make effective decisions, we involve experienced people within our organization.
So next we have team building. What are strategies do you follow to ensure strong team building?
Yeah, in order to make a strong team and obtain your or achieve your goals, you have to put right people on the right path, on the right place, with clear goals and targets, along with the time frame. They should know the time frame within which something is required, what is expected of them, and also they should have clear job descriptions.
How do you address conflicts or disagreement within the team?
Yeah, conflicts and disagreements usually come because of lack of clarity of the job roles. If employee think that this is his duty, not my duty, so it's better to make it to clarify to them that what will be done and who will do it. That is one part. And secondly, if that problem is not, conflicts among the employees are not resolved, so then you can go for a job rotation. You can change their positions and by looking at their expertise and skills, particular skills.
Okay, thank you. Performance management. Can you share an example of how you have helped an underperforming team member improve?
Yeah, there can be so many examples, but I will tell you the procedure through which it is run. You can, if an employee is not performing very well, you can consider sending him to a training, to some course, or some workshop on that particular area. Or you can give him on-job training, give them more supervision, and also you can reduce his job responsibilities in order to give him some time to focus on that particular area. So that has been employed so many times, and we have achieved better results.
Okay, change management. How do you lead your team towards periods of change or organization transitions?
Yeah, in transitional phases or change management times, you have to be more, because there will be a mess. So you have to give clear tasks to each employee and do full monitoring as to how he is performing. And in order to boost their morale, you have to be appreciative, you have to motivate them, keep them motivating, and also if something is done, you have to appreciate them. And moreover, there will be long hours involved, so you have to take care of them, that as well.
Can you share an example of a successful change management initiative you've been involved in?
Yeah, we can, not particularly, but I can tell you that in such critical situations, you have to prioritize your tasks. Some are more critical, some are you can delay it. So you have to keep an eye on all the tasks, and the critical tasks should be monitored by you yourself.
Okay. So the last, we have ethical decision making. How do you ensure that your team operates ethically, and how do you handle ethical dilemmas? We would like an example too.
Yeah, for each organization, there should be a code of conduct for all the employees. There should be certain boundaries, and within which they should perform their roles and duties. So, in order to control that, we have to observe. There can be so many examples for this. Like if male, female, they are working together, you have to take care of that as well. If different religion people, they are working together, so you have to take care of that as well. So that there is no abuse relating to this. So for that, we have to take corrective actions and should have clear-cut punishment and dismissal procedures, and all the employees should abide by that.
Okay. Okay, thank you for your time and I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for coming, and best of luck.
Thank you,
It's
sir.
a pleasure to see you people.